You are listening to SheKings with Erica and Allie. This is a podcast for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. Every week we share insights on how to stop living out of habit and start living out of inspiration. So let's do this. All right. Happy effing New Year. Not even just that, but happy new decade.
Oh my goodness. We are in 2020, bitches. Welcome.
That's right. Welcome.
I've already been here for like a month.
Yeah, I was in this decade like in October. So thanks for catching
Whatever.
up. But hey, welcome to SheKings, you guys, for this new year. And what is SheKings? For those of you who have been asleep, this is who and what we are. Every week we bring clarity to overused spiritual buzzwords and little known spiritual concepts so that you can thrive and live life with more freedom and ease. So this episode, we're still in season 2. This is episode 6, and it is the first episode of the new year, like I said. So we're going to be talking about goals and why they are important. Are they important? And then how to kind of change that. Erica's already like, no, actually they're not. So let's just go and wrap up this episode.
And scene. We're all set, people. Throw your goals in the trash.
Man, well, we'll get into it. But goals, I don't care how small or how big, they fuel me. I have to have them. But we'll get into that. What are you doing this New Year's? Like, tell me. You're always traveling, doing some fun stuff. What do you got planned?
Yeah, not this new year, with a 2-year-old. Let me tell you what happens. People are like, oh, what are you guys doing? I'm like, well,
staying home.
We'll probably put her to bed around 7 as usual, and we'll be in bed by 10. Someone was like, oh, are you guys gonna wake up for midnight? Listen,
no,
okay, no, shit. This is all we got. Yeah. What about you? What are you doing?
Nothing. The last time we stayed up for New Year's and partied was when JJ was born. So that was 5 years ago. We brought our grandson to a party with us, but he was a newborn. But he was in one of those onesies that looks like a little tuxedo. And even though he was asleep, he was the life of the party.
I'm sure he was. He was dressed in a tuxedo. And he was a baby.
But now he's 5. And I don't know. We don't stay up. Who am I kidding? We haven't.
Yeah, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Next year when we're recording this, Allie, I'm gonna need for both of us to be like super vibrant, and like we should be together, and we should be like, let's go to Brazil and dress in white.
Yeah.
Bikini.
Oh, bikinis. Right there you lost me. I'm thinking of like white evening gowns, like something amazing, and you just
I could do evening gown.
Like, okay. Yeah.
No, I like to overdress or underdress. So bikinis would totally be underdressing. But we can also overdress. So it should be like a white, like one of those heavy like sequin gowns in Brazil next year. You heard it here first, people. Okay. Allie and I have already reached 2021.
You skipped 2020. All right. So we have our new segments that we would like to share.
It's not new anymore.
It's not. I mean,
keep doing this shit. But this is awesome. This is an awesome one. Today it's ooh, that's my shit.
That's my shit.
My shit. And my shit right now. Are you about to say something?
No. I'm just excited.
This is a flower of life, which is this really awesome thing that a friend of mine introduced me to a couple years ago. And it's awesome for sharing energy with things. So it's one of those sacred geometry setups. So it's called the Flower of Life, and you can order it on a piece of fabric and then use this flower of life to charge your crystals. And so that's what I do. So whenever my crystals need a nice recharge, I lay out my flower of life on my desk, which the moonlight shines right on it. And I put them whatever order they want to be in. It's also really easy to do the 7 chakras because there are actually 7 points up the center of this. And it's just great for charging your crystals. And if you're one of those people who's like, I don't get crystals, go to a crystal store and try to check in with the crystals. So you can ask, which one is calling me, and see what you are drawn to. And now I'm at a point, it used to be that I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, what are you talking about? But now I'm at a point where I can feel that when I look at a picture, like my hands start like vibrating, and then I look at one that my hand doesn't want, and then it just goes away. So all of this stuff that Allie and I talk about is totally attainable for you. It's totally, if you're interested, like who gives a fuck, right? You don't have to attain anything, which we're going to talk about. Allie is fueled by goals. I say fuck goals, but whatever. But if you're interested in the stuff, it sounds fun to you, then, start today. Order yourself a flower of life and start to play with your crystals. And they talk. Crystals talk. They tell you all the things.
Yeah, I do. I use mine. I don't have the flower of life. That's the first time I've heard of that whole cloth situation. That's pretty cool.
It's really cool. You can put your water on it. You can you charge anything you want to charge. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, all right. I might have to grab me one of those. Yeah. I have a huge crystal that I put on top of my tarot deck. And it's cool. Yeah, because crystals absorb information. So then when I'm doing tarot readings, I hold on to my crystal. And then if I ever feel like I'm stuck or something's not coming through, I just focus on the crystal, and then it helps guide me. So I love my crystal.
I actually got this for a girlfriend of mine who is a SheKing. And for you guys who are listening, I got the Flower of Life fabric. And I got her some crystals, and I got her first deck. And so you can also leave your deck on the Flower of Life, and it's just a clearing, it's a charging, and it's absolutely fantastic. So
can you lay on it,
girl? Yes, praise the Lord. Like, what do you mean? I can do the whole show with this fabric over my face. I'm sure. I'm sure it'll charge my words. It'll be so good.
This is going to be the best episode yet.
Nope, probably not. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Goals. Why goals fizzle out. So last year you pointed out that we talked about electromagnetic goals.
We did.
Yeah. And so I hope, if you haven't listened to that one, please go back and listen to it so you kind of know what we're talking about when we talk about energy and setting your intention for goals. So why goals fizzle out, and my number one way of putting an end to that. And I love it. So
mine too. I'll give you my number one way of putting it into it as well. It's gonna be so good. I love it when Allie and I are on different pages, because then you guys get the spectrum. Crazy.
Well, I'll go first, because if we go with you, then the episode
the show's over.
Done. So are goals important? Yes, I believe goals are important. And this is why I believe goals are important, because it gives me something to work towards, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever it is. So I'm that type of person that if I set a goal, then I'm working towards something. And then that's where I kind of pull a lot of my energy in, so I can keep focusing in on, this is my end result. And I use these words loosely, like end result and the focus of it. But that's just, goals for me is just a guideline, really.
What would you do if you didn't have goals?
If I didn't have goals?
Mm-hmm.
Like something that's got caught in a tree on a windy day and it's just flapping around. That's me without something to focus on. Or I'm like scattered, like crazy scattered, where this catches my attention, this catches my attention, this catches my attention. So I have to have, this is my goal for the sanctuary. This is my goal for SheKings. This is my goal for my work. This is my goal. Because if I don't have any of that, I'll just I'll just be flapping around, and then, I mean, I'll go to sleep. I'll just take a nap.
Like, I will rest.
I just rest because it's too much. So
2020 was a resting year.
exactly. But that's why goals are important to me, is it just helps to keep me focused and just working towards something. Because truly, without it, I, yeah, I got nothing. Even goals like an event is coming up. So my stepdaughter's getting married in October. And right
Mhm.
like then, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to start hitting the gym now and get my shit
Yeah.
together, because the wedding's coming up. All the exes will be there. So
Ah!
I'm not playing
Awesome.
catch up. I'm not playing catch up in September. It'd be like, oh, now's the time that I need to get my shit together. No, it starts January. Like, it starts now. Let's do
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I hope so. I hope so. Because, well, Allie's going to explain to you guys why goals fizzle out, and we'll check in with her in October, you say?
it.
to see if that goal fizzled. Yeah, no, listen, I feel like for me, I do need some sort of, I'm all about letting God or universe give me the goal, because otherwise, um, you know, becoming a lawyer was one of those things, like, oh yeah, I should definitely do that. And I just got off the phone with a client who, had just like me, a whole course of study because she wanted a damn goal. And then she's like finished with it, and she was like, well, that was quite a few years of my life, and I want to do something different now. Right. And I feel like, you know my whole thing with goals is like getting off into the mind and letting the mind create the goal. But I feel like once the universe has like plopped a goal down in front of me, it does help me to put some sort of structure to it. Like, this is what I'm going to achieve for the day. And I'm sure we'll get to this later, but I feel like the reason why certain goals don't fizzle out for me is because they were universe given goals, right? It wasn't something I was seeking. Um, but generally speaking, I don't like to have goals, Allie. I like to like seriously walk through life and see what pops up in front of me. And I find that I have the most fun when I am just free to follow whatever it is that jumps in my path.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah. And it's so, when I set a goal, and this is how I do it, and this is why I feel that most goals fizzle out, is
Mm-hmm.
because we get stuck on the outcome, right? We get,
Mm-hmm.
because so the me that's sitting here right now has an idea, and that idea that I want, my goal is 4 months from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I would focus on the outcome of that goal, then as I'm changing and moving and growing in those 3 to 4 months, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as the me that is sitting here now. So the
Mm.
me down the road, then you get disappointed, because the outcome, it can't be the same outcome. It's impossible. So just a loose example, let me use the sanctuary for example, right? I had a goal of opening the sanctuary. I really didn't, that was my goal, just to open it. I had no idea what that would look like on the road to opening it, right?
Mhm.
And so that's where I let go of the outcome and just focus on the feeling of the goal. So
Mhm.
how would I feel when the sanctuary is open? Well, I would feel accomplished. I'd feel excited. I would feel empowered. And
Mhm.
so that is what I focus on when I set goals. So I do not focus on the outcome, right? So for my goal for the wedding in October, I will feel like a badass. I will feel
Super sexy.
super sexy, empowered. So that's how I want to feel. So I'm not focusing on what I want to look like. I'm focusing on, that's how I'm going to feel. So I start feeling that way now. And so for a lot of people, we get caught up in the outcome of the goal. It needs to look like this, and this. And it absolutely doesn't. But it should be consistent on how it feels, right? When I complete this goal, I will feel a certain way. And so then start feeling that way right now. Good.
I love that because I think Eckhart Tolle said that the energy that you use to reach a goal, to reach some sort of outer experience or to create something is the same energy that will be there when you get it.
Yeah.
And so if you're like stressed out and like being negative about what your body looks like or how your workouts are going on,
Yeah.
it's not going to come that day of the wedding and you're going to be like, oh, and now I feel amazing. Like you're going to carry that same energy into your dress, into everything that you have that evening. And so, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I just need to hustle right now. I just
Yeah.
need to, put in this effort right now so I can get to a point where my life is effortless and easy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let me tell you a secret. Like if your goal was attained with effort and pushing and hustle, it's going to be a life of effort and pushing and hustle because that's what it takes.
Yeah. And be careful too. Another reason why goals fizzle out is because when you focus on a goal and you say, this thing is going to complete me, this thing is going to bring me joy and happiness. And so you're working so hard towards that, that will fizzle it out because nothing out, and we've said this 1,000 times through our podcast, nothing outside of you can complete you because you're already complete. Nothing outside of you can make you happy because you're already happy. So it would be empty, just an empty fulfillment if that's your focus with that goal.
Well, I guess that my question for you
Mhm.
is how do you how do you shift? How do you shift from having inner goals, from having outer goals to having inner goals? How do you stop the cycle? Because I feel like people are like, what do you mean it's all inside of myself and I'm already complete? But then why am I doing anything? Like, why don't I just sit and watch
Um,
paint dry?
I mean, isn't that the question? we're truly here just to fill up time.
Just wait until we die.
That's all we do. Let's be honest. But for goals, it would be so this is what I mean. When I say my goal is to look a certain way, to feel a certain way for October, it won't be that this is going to make me a better person. It doesn't mean that we're not comparing. We're not saying I'll be so much better. It's just different, right? That's the inner goal. The inner goal is just this is me, a perfect being already, but I'm just going to have this different experience. So that's the shift from inner goal. Outer goal is, oh my gosh, this will fulfill my life so much. This will make me such an amazing person. That's an outer goal. So shifting
Mhm.
it is just, I am really acknowledging that I am already complete. I am already perfect. I am already amazing. I just choose to have this experience, right? And then when that experience is done, now I choose to have this experience. And when that experience is done, because it is a proven fact on an energetic level, is when you complete a goal that you set for yourself, you expand, right? That feeling of accomplishment. You have all those good feeling chemicals, serotonin, dopamine, all of that come through your body, and your body loves that, right? It
Mhm.
thrives off of it. And so that's another reason why completing a goal is beneficial, as long as you don't get caught up in what it looks like, but you're really focusing on what it feels like, right? This is just
So
a supplement of myself.
I feel like listening to you that this is when I'm working with a client, it's me shifting them from I must or this has got to happen to or how do I get this thing to wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't that be fun? And it's a yeah, it's just a way of expansion. It's a way of, you know, feeling good and having different experiences and not necessarily like, oh, I've gotta have this one thing. Like, wouldn't it
Right.
be nice to, you know, wear this dress? Wouldn't it be nice to? And it's a totally different energy of getting to whatever follows that. Wouldn't it be nice?
How can we change goals for that? Like, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice statements instead of goals? We don't have
I
goals.
like that.
So do
I
I.
like that because I think when you say that,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden I have a lot of wouldn't it be nices, right? Not really. but like just the idea of wouldn't it be nice always feels good in my body, right? And I always see that shift with clients as well, where it's just like, wouldn't it be nice if, da 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 da, like, wouldn't it be nice if I had a delicious dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Like, that sounds fun. And then it's like all of a sudden it's like oh, well, what am I going to do to make sure that happens? Like, do I just need to call my husband and say, wouldn't it be nice if I had a delicious dinner tonight? Make that happen. Or, do I want to go to the grocery store and like, go through the aisles and have fun with that? I have an awesome life, Alice.
I know you do.
This is an aside, and I'm just telling all the people, because we had an episode where we were challenging people to live life with reckless abandon. Like, a life of reckless abandon hopefully gets you to the level of awesomeness that I experience on an everyday basis. And I just had this flash to me as a lawyer, right? And I guess at that time I said, wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to do this shit anymore? And then now saying, wouldn't it be nice to just walk through a grocery store? I'm like, I love walking through grocery stores and looking at all the vegetables. Like, that is so fun.
I like the fact that you had your shit delivered last episode.
Oh, I know.
Shut
up. Shut up. But this is why we still need brick and mortar stores, right? Like, not just warehouses that deliver my stuff, because I do like, because, carrots are in season right now, and they've got all the different colors. They got the purple carrots, you know what I mean? And like all these different shades of orange and red. It's so nice.
It is so nice. Yeah. But I do like the feeling, because everything that you were just explaining is gentle, right? It's nurturing. It is. So nurturing. And so wouldn't it be nice to be, this size or whatever for October for the wedding? It's more nurturing than, okay, I got to get this done.
But I think that, to your earlier point, it can't be about like, wouldn't it be nice to be this size, right? It'd be like, wouldn't it be nice to have so much energy? Like, wouldn't it be nice to feel super light every day? Wouldn't it be nice to, And then it feels so much easier. And I feel like when I'm working with someone and we're looking at wouldn't it be nices, then all of a sudden their energy shifts. And then like all of a sudden they have ideas, and it just gets so much lighter and easier. And they're like, oh, this is a game. Like, this whole fucking thing that we call life is an actual joke. And I get to do whatever the fuck I want to. Yeah. It's not so serious. Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
Yeah. Yes. And along with that playfulness of it is to create small goals, right? Small goals that you know that you can reach, or at least say, okay, this is wonderful. Like, wouldn't it be nice to not eat sugar, for a week, and you do it and you're just like, okay, that was doable. And, because when you create huge goals and deep down in your soul, you're just like, yeah, that shit's never going to happen. Then all of a sudden, you're just like throwing in the towel already before you even get started. So I invite people to start with small goals that, are just like, what, it's going to be challenging to not eat sugar for a week, but I know I can do it. Right.
Or wouldn't it be, so for that, you make it as soft as you can, like as gentle and as nurturing as you can possibly make it. So wouldn't it be nice to find delicious tea that doesn't require sugar? Like, it's so good that I don't even think about sugar. So just make that shit as soft as possible, because it really, at bottom, everything that Allie and I are talking about comes down to your joy.
Yeah.
And like, sugar might, feel awesome in the moment, but if you're going to feel bad later, then wouldn't it be nice to not feel bad about it later, right? But if you're good with your sugar intake, then like, live your best fucking life. Like, don't start. And this is my issue with goals. Like, people just start taking other people's goals, other people, and it's just, I'm like, but sugar's not even an issue for you. Like, it's not even an issue for you. And people come to me with all this stress around goals, and it just really, it makes me so sad, like getting your business started in the next year. And it's like, I mean, that sounds good, but your energy behind it feels like shit. right? Like you're so stressed out about having your business started in this next year that like, wah, wah. I
Yeah.
don't see that going so well. But, and this is the thing. If you listen to SheKings, then you can't have regular goals. If you listen to SheKings, then you creating a forced goal is going to be like banging your head against the fucking wall. There are other people, and it sucks when you look at them, who can like create a goal, make a little plan, and just do that shit, and it like looks so easy. But like spiritually, they're just in a different place. If you listen to us, then you're at a place where you really do have to connect with how you want to feel, as Allie says it, and or connect with God, as I say it, and say, what would you have me do? Because otherwise, you're just not going to feel good about whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah. I love it. And so however you choose to move forward this year, with things that you want to be a part of, that you want to experience, just make sure that you're coming from a place of feeling, and that it feels good in your body and you're feeling nurtured all the way through it. That's so important, because if you're not, yeah, you may reach that goal, but then it's not going to be fulfilling. You're going to be still disappointed, empty, and then you're just going to keep creating more and more and more goals. So yeah, so for me, they're everything. So my big goal right now is to fill up my yoga classes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
that's
goal.
fun.
Yeah. And so, but I'm going to come from a place of like, just sharing the gift of my classes, right? So wouldn't it be nice to have, to share this gift and to have, a minimum of 12 people, students. And
Yeah. But how do you want to feel? So I think that the homework should be for everyone to sit down and write down on a piece of paper, wouldn't it be nice, across the top?
Yeah.
And then just sit in meditation for a little while and just let your hand flow. Like, wouldn't it be nice if? And so I'm going to challenge Allie right now on her wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
So you said, wouldn't it be nice to share this gift and to have a minimum of 12 people? Mm-hmm. So that feels super outer. What do you want to feel?
Accomplished.
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 What is feeling? What does accomplishing something make you feel?
Like excited.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Accomplished, excited.
Ease.
Content.
Content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's challenging for me, because so then I have like I need to meet requirements for the bank, right?
Right.
Have income come in,
mm-hmm.
right? And so I, on the one hand, I was like, okay, so this is a real outer situation.
Yeah. Is it true that you need to meet the requirements for the bank?
No, it's not.
It's not true. It's not true. It feels super true, and I know it does.
Yeah.
And when you believe that you need to meet requirements for the bank, and I ask you, wouldn't it be nice? You can't separate.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But how would you feel without the belief that you have to meet the requirements for the bank? Mouth open, breathing.
Free.
Free, man.
Yeah. Free, not tethered to a rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with that freedom, and you're looking at your studio, no thought of the bank, what do you want to feel?
The first word is flowy, like just everything's flowing.
Yeah, you feel the flow. What else do you want to feel?
Just open, receptive.
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 And the word keeps coming, ease. I feel like you want it to be easy.
I do want it to be easy.
And ease doesn't really go too well with the idea of like, I've got to meet bank requirements.
Right.
But like, underneath it all. And it's like, wouldn't it be nice for this to be easy?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice for this to flow?
So easy.
And like, when you get into that state of flow and ease, then, and you say like, wouldn't that be nice? And I am willing to not meet bank requirements, which, you know, doesn't feel good, but you become a lot more likely from that place of flow and ease and receptivity to meet your bank requirements than you do from, you know, I've got to meet my bank requirements.
Yeah.
So I challenge you all, if you end up at a place where you look back at your wouldn't it be nices and they are powered by some outer goal, like bank requirements or fitting into a size 8 or whatever it is, then go deeper. You know, do what we just did with Allie and get to like what you really, 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 really want. Because, and not speaking this into Allie's life or into, you know, anybody who comes to me, like somebody comes to me and they tell me I want to start a business in a year. And by the end of the call, they're like, the feeling of starting a business in a year makes me feel so fucking stressed that that's no longer a goal. Like,
yeah,
because you want flow and ease, you may not start a business in a year. You may not actually reach that outer goal. But here's what I can tell you. If you go to this wouldn't it be nice, and if you start looking at how you want to feel, your life is going to be better. And stuff that is bringing you stress is going to fall away. And the universe, it abhors a vacuum. And so things that feel more like ease and more like flow and more like freedom are going to start to come your way. And so if the studio fits that energy for you, then it can stay. But if it doesn't, then fuck that studio. Sorry, Urban Sanctuary.
You're crossing yourself right now. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I know. But that, I mean, it gets to be that extreme. Yeah. When you really start to, you don't want the things that you think you want if they're not going to feel the way you want them to feel, right? Whether it's a relationship or a job or a new business. Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys.
I love it. I love how the show just kind of did its own thing. That's really good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for you guys who stick with us to the end of our fucking rambling, just know we'll never change. Okay. We're always going to ramble. And we love you guys so much. Allie, tell them, where do they find you?
You can reach me on my website at IamAllieDuncan.com. On the Insta is Allie Duncan Be Seen. On the Facebook is Allie Duncan Be Seen. And, bitches, we're about to launch Twitter for SheKings and our new website and the Patreon. So support us. Give us some 5 stars, some reviews on YouTube. And where else are we? We're on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're on it. Google something.
Yeah.
Google Play.
Google Play. And Erica, tell the peeps how they can reach you.
EricaDanielle.com and Erica Danielle overshares on the no, not on the Twitters, on Instagram and on Facebook. Come find me, come hang out in my world.
Yeah, and Instagram, we're going to start adding more to our stories just to kind of keep you updated on the happenings and along with Twitter. So just more ways to connect into this concept of how we see the world. So join us.
Join us.
All right, lovelies.
Holla back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.